Dennis Weaver back on the Ascend Federal Credit Union scoreboard edition of Friday Night Thunder. We're going to get to the scoreboard here in just a second, but we first let me give you an update on a score that just went final. Beach defeats Henry County 55-41. Those are two of the 5A teams that everybody's kind of pointing to as the class of the 5A football in Middle Tennessee. And 55-41, 96 points tonight in that game. Between those two 5A teams. Well, folks, there's another 5A team that's looming on the horizon, and that's the Golden Eagles of Shelbyville. Coach Jason Hardy had a big win tonight, second big win in a row, as he's knocked off 2 6 AAA teams in the last 2 weeks. Coach Hardy, I appreciate you staying with us through the break, and congratulations on a huge win tonight over Warren County.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We're glad to come out with a victory as a first home game, and we talked to the kids about the importance of trying to win at home, and they did a good job tonight. And against a young Warren County team that played very hard, but I take my hat off to their coaching staff. They've got to play hard to the very end, the last whistle, and but we were just very glad to come away with the victory tonight.
Tonight we're talking to Coach Jason Hardy, the head coach of the Shelbyville Central Golden Eagles. Another big win tonight. You got a Franklin County team coming up next week that's 2-0. They're going to run the ball at you, and I know that you were a little bit worried about your interior line. So far, it doesn't look like they've been tested. Are you expecting to get tested next week against Franklin County? Definitely.
Franklin County, they're probably one of the best rushing teams we'll face all year. They've got 3 really good running backs and always have a good offensive line. They run the wing team, well coached. Kermit Reed does a good job with them as the offensive coordinator. And, we know what their game plan is going to be, and we're going to just have to prepare for it. Our D-line is, we've seen 2 good rushing attack teams that really want to run downhill on us, but I think the one we're going to look at next week probably going to be the best one we've seen, and maybe one of the best we see all year.
All right. I made mention on the intro, of Beach and Henry County. Everybody's talking about that was the big game in 5A this week, and you've heard everybody talk about Columbia this and all that. Where do you think you stack up right now? And I don't want to put you on a spot too much, but are you comfortable being in the discussion with those teams?
Yeah, our expectations are high this year. I feel like we can be talked about. I don't think that we're there. We deserve to be up there with Henry Counties and teams that's been in the playoffs the last few years in Columbia. They've earned that. But I do feel like that we're on the verge, and the only way we can get that respect is we're going to have to win some big games. And we got a big one this Friday, so we want to be talked about, but we know we got to earn it.
All right, let's talk quickly then about injuries. How are you holding up on the injury front?
Well, we're not bad. We've had our kicker was out last week against Coffee County. He kicked the first half to 9, and back tightened up. We held him out the second half, but we had our backup running back and wide receiver Marquise Lyons. He had 1 carry for about a 50-yard touchdown, and then kind of took a shot on the leg. So hopefully he'll be all right. But other than that, we come out pretty healthy.
I talked to Kenny Parker in the first half hour of the show, and he was bemoaning the fact that the horse show was in town. I guess the horse show goes through next week too. What are you going to have to do to your kids to keep them focused, or do they got the priorities right on this?
I'll tell you what, we've done a really good job since I've been here, my coaching staff, and we put a lot of expectations on our seniors. Lots going on next week. We're out of school, the schedules are off, but we've had good practices, and we expect to have the same this week. That's one of those things we talk about, life lessons. Everything's not going to be on a routine all the time, and you have to adapt. And for the most part, our kids do a good job in doing those adaptations to be successful.
Coach Jason Hardy, we appreciate you spending time with us. We will talk to you next week, my friend.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. This is Jason Hardy, the head coach of the Shelbyville Central Golden Eagles.